position is chastity, but in this class we'll be taking a look at it as more about temperance or self-control, and where you want to push your energy levels into some postures that will require more effort, or if you choose to step back, conserve your energy for this class. So starting at the top of your mat, let the feet find their comfortable natural angle. And as we inhale, bring the arms up overhead. You can bring them shoulder width apart, or you can bring the palms together, whichever feels more comfortable for the shoulders. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, hinging from the hips, releasing the torso over top of the legs. Pausing here for a moment. Exhale. On the next inhale, dropping that right foot back. Bring the knee down to the mat. Keeping the hands on the mat. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down, opening up through the chest, lifting the head. And now stepping the left foot back to meet the right, lifting the hips up, coming into downward facing dog for a moment. Imagine pressing the floor away with the hands of the feet. Inhale here. And exhale, drop the knees, chest and chin down to the mat. Inhale again, bring the belly down to the floor. Straighten the legs out. Pressing up into cobra to whatever height you feel comfortable. So it can be lower down, it can be mid, it can be high. Just depending on how you're feeling today. Roll those shoulder blades back and down, open up through the chest, lift the chin. And exhale, rolling down. Pressing through the hands and the feet, pushing up and back into downward facing dog. Pause here for a moment. Step the left foot forward between the hands, bring that right knee down to the mat again. And stepping the right foot forward, come into a forward fold. Inhaling, arms up alongside the head. And exhale, bring the hands down to the chest in pranam. So if you're finding that the inhale and exhale moving with the body is a little bit tough, do feel free with each posture to do an inhale and an exhale in the one posture. So just be mindful of your breathing through the sun salutation. Inhale again. Exhale, hinging forward. This time step the left foot back, left knee down to the mat. Roll those shoulder blades back and down. Step the right foot back, up into downward facing dog. Then bring the knees, the chest and the chin down to the mat. Lower the belly down, inhale to cobra. Always staying open through the chest. Bring the chest down to the mat, press up and back, down to facing dog. Step the right foot forward between the hands, bring that left knee down again. Bring the left foot forward to meet the right. Fold forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Second round, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, step the left foot back. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Inhale, up to cobra, roll those shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, up and back, down facing dog. Step the left foot forward. Bring the right foot out, fold forward. Inhale, drawing up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot back. Right foot back. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Step right foot forward. Step left foot forward. Forward, forward, over the legs. Inhale, drawing up. Exhale down. All right, this next round, I want you to go at your own pace. You can go a bit slower if you like. You can pause in a particular position if you like. If you like, you need to stay there for a moment. So pausing at the top of your mat. Rotate those arms, palms facing forward. Opening up through the chest, growing tall from the feet, lifting up through the legs, growing tall through the spine. Imagine you've got a string lifting the head up. Pausing here for a moment. Letting the heart rate slow down. One more breath. And coming down to the mat, laying down on the back just for a moment.
Take a moment to scan your body.
Let the body
and notice how you're
recover
feeling
from that sun
energetically.
salutation.
Are you eager to move? Happy to be still? Are you excited for the energy for the class or the blissful shavasana at the end? What do you most need to feel renewed? To feel that your well is full? Move today with a sense of honesty about where you're at and what you need.
One more breath here. And bringing the arms and the legs together, laying on the back. And this time, mustering all of our strength, just lifting the head and the shoulders and the feet up off the mat, just as high as you can. So inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release. Inhale again. If you can come up a little bit higher. Exhale, release. Inhale again. Exhale, release. If the arms and the legs roll away from each other.
It would be a shame to lose the precious jewel of liberation in the mud of ignorant bodybuilding.
And drawing the feet into the bottom, bring the hands alongside the body. And when you're ready, pressing down through the hands and the feet, lifting the hips up to the ceiling. Use those leg muscles to lift the hips up. And do feel free to place a block underneath the bottom if you want a more restorative bridge
How
today.
are you using your energy here? Could you rein it in?
If you like, you can bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, walk the shoulders in a little, lifting up through the chest, straightening the arms, press those pinky fingers down to the mat. You'll find that your chin and your chest will get a little bit closer together. You get a lot more height if you do this, really using the legs, pushing those hips up. One more breath here. Releasing the hands if they're together, rolling the spine back down. Or if you have the block underneath the hips, just staying where you are. Now you can do this same bridge position again if you like, or if you're feeling like you've got enough energy, you can move on to this next variation to just decide where you want to be today. Inhaling again, pressing down through the hands and the feet, lifting the hips up. This time we'll bring the hands up into the small of the back, so bending through the elbows, bring the palms into the lower back. You can choose to have fingers out or fingers in. You will have to slightly roll those upper arms underneath the body. This gives you quite a good amount of height here through the torso, and having the support of the hands takes a little bit of strain off the legs, but still keep engaging those legs. So you can stay here in this position. Make sure you're not turning the head side to side. You want to make sure that the neck and the head stay in a neutral position here. The chin will be very strongly into the chest, or the chest moving towards the chin. So you can stay here for a few breaths. Or if you like, lifting up through the left leg, bring the foot off the mat, extend the leg straight up. So heel pointing up to the ceiling. Keep breathing. One more breath. And releasing the right leg down. Take a moment to adjust the hands if you like, adjust the legs. And if you're doing this variation, preparing to do it on the other side, so left leg, lifting the left leg up off the mat. Extend that lower leg, push the heel upwards towards the ceiling as if you want to step onto the ceiling. One more breath. And releasing that left leg down. Take a moment to adjust. And when you're ready, release the hands away from that lower back. Bring the palms down to the floor and then slowly, with control, lower that spine down vertebra by vertebra. Try not to collapse in it. When the bottom touches the mat, just pausing there. If you've had your hips on a block and onto the sacrum, releasing that block from the sacrum. And just pausing to draw the energy close again. One more breath. And now we've got two options here. So the first option, keeping the arms alongside the body, we'll just bring both feet up off the mat, extend the legs up to the ceiling. And if you can, just bringing the legs as close to the body as possible. You might find that they'll be on a slight angle, or they might be straight up. If this is a little too much effort, feel free to place a strap around the bottom of the feet and you can hold on to the strap with the hands to support the legs. You can also do this position against a wall if you like, just let the legs go up against a wall so you can have more of a restorative vipakarani or waterfall pose. The other option, if you'd like, is we will start to lift the hips up and bring the hips back over top of the head, bring the feet over top of the head. So you decide where you want to be today. If you want to try lifting the hips up and bringing the feet and the legs over top of the head, you might find that you'll need a little bit of a swinging motion to do that. I also like to bring my arms in a little to give me a little bit more balance. So you decide where you want to be today. If you're lifting the hips up off the mat, bend through the elbows and bring the hands into the lower part of the back to support the back. And imagine that someone is lifting you up towards the ceiling, so lifting you from the hips. And this will help with controlling the breathing.
Take this time to reset, breathe, and look again at your well of energy. There is no need to rush through this rest. This is a necessity and important part of our practice too. Allow yourself to luxuriate in this space. The right energy for now is energy of softening and releasing.
One more breath wherever you are. From here, if your legs are up the wall, you can stay with the legs up the wall. If you have the legs over top of the head, what you can do now is just slightly bring the hips back, lift the feet up off the floor. Bring the lower back into the hands, the elbows should be down on the mat. And bring the legs so that they're on sort of a 45-degree angle. You can rest the hips onto the hands as a sort of like a seat. Or if you like, you can start straightening out through the spine, coming more onto the shoulder stand. Totally up to you, wherever you want to be. If you're coming up into the shoulder stand, again, making sure that you're pressing those palms of the hands into the back. Rolling the shoulders back and down, making sure that the shoulders are engaged, not turning the head to the left and the right. And slowly straightening up through the spine, bring the chest and the chin closer together.
The fourth yama means sexual chastity, which is the literal translation. Another way you may define Brahmacharya is temperance, self-regulation, or self-control. We like to call it proper application of energy, because this idea helps guide a physical practice to the appropriate edge, spending energy where it's needed and not where it isn't.
One more breath wherever you are. If you're up on a shoulder stand, start bringing the legs back down over the face, over the head. Going back into Halasana, the plow. Pausing there for a moment. You can bring the knees down to the forehead. Rest the legs a little. And with control, rolling the spine back down to the mat. Keep the legs up in the air, wherever you are. Arms alongside the body. And lifting the head, bringing the chin to the chest. We'll slowly lower the legs down with as much control as you can. As slow as you can.
It's useful to remind ourselves that energy, while renewable, is not infinite. We all have a limited supply of energy, and that's especially true for the duration of a yoga practice. Brahmacharya is about approaching personal energy with honesty and wisdom.
Once the heels touch the floor, release the head and the shoulders back down. Let the arms and the legs roll away from each other. Pause here for a moment. Let the body rebound. And now rolling over onto the right side of the body. Pause there for a moment on the right side. And using the left hand, press yourself up ever so slightly. We'll bring that right arm underneath us. We'll extend the upper arm along the mat, bend through the elbow, bring the head into the hand. Extend the right leg long, bend through the left knee, draw the left knee upwards. Pausing here, letting the body relax. You can also do this with the head and the arms down the mat if you find that more comfortable. So bring the side of the head onto the back of the hands, bring that left elbow down towards that left knee. So you decide what you feel like. If you're up, you'll get a nice stretch along the side. Just taking a couple of breaths here. One more breath. And now rolling over and doing that on the other side. I'll just change sides myself. So left arm now. Through the elbow. Bring the left hand to the side of the head, kind of between the neck and the base of the skull. Bending through the right knee, draw the right knee in and up. Extend the left leg long. And decide whether you want to be here or whether you want to be a little bit close to the ground. Totally up to you. Just letting the back relax, letting the neck relax, letting the body relax. This position is a little bit like a recovery position. One more breath here. And releasing the hands. Rolling over onto the back. If it's cold where you are, grabbing a blanket or putting some extra layers on. I want to stay nice and warm. Letting the arms and the legs roll away from each other. Finding a spot on the ceiling to focus on. And then softening your gaze on that spot. And letting the eyes close if they're comfortable. With the eyes closed, rolling the eyes down. Look down through your body, down to your feet. Holding your eyes in that position for about 10 seconds. Once you've reached 10, just suddenly let the eyes go and let them soften. And coming back to the breathing. Breathing in through the nose, back of the throat, down to the lungs. Out of the lungs, back of the throat, out through the nose. Now imagine that as you inhale, you're inhaling through the soles of the feet. As you inhale, through the soles of the feet, through the lower legs, upper legs, pelvis, abdomen, chest, back of the neck, into the head, right up to the eyebrow center, borders of the head. And exhaling from the top of the head, down through the neck, chest, abdomen, pelvis, thighs, lower legs, and back out through the soles of the feet. And bring your awareness to the dark space in front of the closed eyes. Just observing that dark space. And have a picture in your mind of the shape that your body is lying in, mat or See the outline of your body. Remember the color of the clothes that you're wearing. Feel the weight and the texture of the clothes on the skin. Feel the air on the exposed skin. And when you're ready, start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Bring some movement back to the body. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side. Pause there for a moment with the eyes closed. And with the eyes closed, pressing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Pausing here for a moment to notice how the body is feeling now compared to the beginning of class. Feel the quality of the breath. And notice how the mind is feeling now. Getting ready to close the practice, we'll close it by chanting 3 Oms, followed by Om, Shanti, 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 Hare Om. Inhaling, preparing for Om, and exhaling. Inhale for Om. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Bring the palms of the hands into the chest. Rub the palms of the hands. Press the feet of the hands. Once there's enough heat in the hands, place the hands over the eyes. Lift the palms. Bring them down over the face, cheeks, throat, and neck. Rub the palms together again. Backs of the hands, fingers and thumbs, wrists and forearms. Bring the palms together again into the chest. Hare Om Tat Sat. Thank you for joining me for today's practice.